The daughter of prominent Detroit attorney Clifford Woodards says 2.5 months after his death, a medical examiner's report proves what she already knew. The 2 officers involved in his death now must face criminal charges.
After reviewing it carefully, I think the facts are very clear.
As she grieves the painful loss of her father, Melissa Woodards Connolly is speaking out after reading this new medical examiner's report obtained by 7 Action News.
My father was sober when he was driving. My father was not at fault. And now the question is, when will justice be served?
The same report, now being reviewed by the Wayne County prosecutor, shows attorney Clifford Woodards died in early February of severe trauma suffered after being hit by DPD officers.
If charges are filed, what will that mean to you?
That someone who was responsible for my father's death was held accountable.
There's no more important thing, Simon, than human life. It happened, and a life was taken, and now consequences must come to bear.
Melissa and her attorney Arnold Reed point to police acknowledging early on that findings indicate officers struck Clifford as he drove home from a Super Bowl party, and those officers were going too fast and could not stop safely. They say facts clearly support criminal charges against both officers in the cruiser.
Cliff will never see Melissa have a child. He will never be able to play with his grandkids. There will be no more barbecues.
You can't properly process grief for the loss of a parent when you're held in limbo for 2 months to find out what I already knew.
After Clifford's death at West Chicago and the eastbound Jeffries Service Drive, findings showed officers had lights and sirens turned on, responding to an emergency at 1 a.m., but failed to stop sufficiently at a red light.
Negligent homicide is all over this case. The police report has been upgraded, which we have, to assess 100% fault to these police officers.
If my father were alive and this was a client of his, he would be strong and he would demand that justice was served. And in this case, it does not look as though those procedures were followed. And my father lost his life.
So far, Detroit police are not commenting. The prosecutor's office says they're still reviewing those documents and they don't know when a decision will be reached. At the same time, attorney Arnold Reed saying he will pursue justice in this civil court no matter what. Simon Shakette, 7 Action News.